The censor is shy about Sanctil Koreum. Today there was a pretty serious signal that could shake the entire international community. Reuters reports that United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres sent a direct letter to all member state ambassadors, warning that the United Nations' finances have reached a tipping point with no diplomatic language used. The United Nations is in a liquidity crisis, with key projects suspended. He warned that if it gets worse, the organization could become paralyzed. Secretary General Guterres said that a very serious crisis could occur soon. This carries significant weight, as it is rare for the head of the United Nations to publicly mention the possibility of collapse. The core of the problem is that major countries, which account for a significant portion of the regular budget, are refusing or delaying their contributions. The United Nations budget structure is based on mandatory contributions from member states, not voluntary donations. If this system starts to collapse, peacekeeping deployments, humanitarian aid, refugee protection, and international monitoring missions will inevitably come to a halt one after another. Secretary General Guterres warned that without full, timely payments from all member states, financial collapse is unavoidable. He spoke directly, and this statement is effectively being seen as a public warning aimed at certain countries. Of course, the letter did not directly mention the names of the countries that have not paid their contributions, but international media and diplomatic circles are interpreting it in almost the same way. The country that accounts for the largest share of the United Nations budget is undoubtedly the United States. The United States has played a key role not only in the United Nations regular budget contributions, but also in the peacekeeping operations budget. The situation grew urgent when news broke that the United States signed a memorandum in early January to withdraw from or suspend participation in 66 international organizations, including 31 United Nations agencies. This is not simply a diplomatic maneuver, but is interpreted as a clear signal that the United States will no longer shoulder the costs in the international arena. The consequences of this are now becoming evident. As of 2025, the United States did not pay any of its regular contributions to the United Nations budget, and it is reported that it provided only about 30% of its previously promised support for United Nations peacekeeping operations, and that too with delays. This difference may not look significant, but it causes delayed peacekeeping salaries, reduces missions, suspends new deployments, and stops equipment maintenance. According to internal United Nations reports, there is a possibility that cash flow could be completely depleted as early as around July. In the end, the situation unfolding now should be seen not just as a financial crisis for the United Nations, but as a sign that one pillar of the post-war international order is being shaken. When the country that was bearing the largest share of the cost stepped back, no other country has yet emerged to fill that gap, and in the meantime, the United Nations is being pushed to the brink of paralysis. But the problem may only be beginning here. It seems that the United Nations is facing a major crisis. If more news comes, I'll upload a new video. Thanks for watching. Korean subtitles.